What's up, Gator Nation? What's up, Rolling with Carlos family? Today I'm going to dive into the question, should Billy Napier give up play calling, even though he already answered the question that he's not going to give up play calling, but should he anyways give up play calling? This article, the credit goes to friend and supporter of the channel and Gators SI reporter Tyler Carmona. And the name of the article, Gators Billy Napier needs to end over play calling duties. And then also I'm going to go ahead and cover a basketball commit that just committed to the Florida Gators basketball team and read that article and then put highlights of some of his Under Armour work with the Under Armour team because I cannot find any highlights of him during high school. But he's a 7-foot center. And I'm gonna go and tell you straight off the bat, I agree with Tyler that Billy Napier should give up play calling. But like I already said, Billy Napier already answered that question. He's not gonna give up play calling. He's very confident in himself. But other teams have already said that they can really tell what he's going to call during games. So let's dive into this article and see what Tyler has to say. But I do agree with him that Billy Napier should give a play calling. Last week's loss to USF relaunches a conversation that has been going on for more than 3 seasons now. Florida Gators head coach Billy Napier's play calling hasn't been seen as up to snuff, and there are doubts it can be. Losing to a team that has landed just one 4-star recruit in the past 3 years suggests that Florida struggles may be more about schematics and culture than talent. Napier has insisted on handling play calling duties since taking over, rolling out a limiting offense that crowds the box with 2 tight end sets, endless motions, and reduced splits intended to confuse defenders. But instead of relying on misdirection and hoping the other team misses an assignment, the Gators would be better off playing to their strengths and taking what the defense gives them. Lagway was PFF's highest rated deep passer last season, but he attempted just 3 passes beyond 20 yards against USF. The reduced splits and motions often limit him to one side of the field, and they seem designed to have him predetermine his read rather than react to the defense. According to Pro Football Focus, 66.7% of his passing attempts were less than 10 yards, and exactly half of them were either screens or play actions. To add to the point that he's being limited, Lagway didn't complete a single pass on the left side of the field and connected on just 2 passes beyond 10 yards on the right side. The congestion also creates predictability, which at times limits Florida's ability to run the ball effectively. Napier's tendency to send a man in motion often leaves an undersized receiver tasked with making a block on the perimeter, a job that would be better suited for a tight end or a pulling guard. Rather than leaning so heavily on motions, Florida could start to prioritize using 11, 3 receivers and 1 tight end, and 10 personnel, 4 receivers with wider splits, trusting their 5 offensive linemen the zone block on inside and outside runs. With the field spread out, Jaden Bob would have more room for explosive plays and open field matchups once he clears the first level. Spreading the offense out would still allow Napier to get the ball into his playmakers' hands early through bubble and smoke screens without having to consistently send players in motion. Now entering the third year, DJ Wilson III has been limited as Florida's motion man, being treated more like a gadget player despite clearly showing he can run a wideout tree and consistently make catches in traffic. Based on some recent usage patterns, it looks like fellow five-star Vernell Brown could be headed down the same path. Having an offense loaded with former five-stars proves that Napier can recruit, and when his job appeared to be on the line last season, the way his players stood behind him showed that he has some traits that make people want to play for him. But if Napier wants to continue being the head coach at a Division I level, whether at Florida or elsewhere, it would be in his and the program's favor to turn over play calling duties to somebody else. I agree with Tyler's assessment. Completely agree with Tyler's assessment. He's stuck on 12 personnel instead of using different personnel and using his offensive line to help open the holes and create the correct passing lanes for DJ Lagway and the receivers, instead of just using motion and smoke screens to try to get people to go in different directions. So I totally agree with Tyler on his assessment. I agree with everything Tyler said in the article, and his offense is very predictable. I've said that a couple times on the Swampcast show, and I said that also on this week's Swampcast, a post-game show with my co-host Dylan Olive. So there's nothing to argue about here. Billy Napier's offense and him calling the offense is very predictable. Jones hold on. Jones lay a 3-star center in the 2026 class, committed to the reigning national champ Florida Gators. He told Rivals, the 7-foot, 230-pound big man out of Moravian Prep, North Carolina, is the number 142 player in the class, according to Rivals. He is also the number 20 ranked center and the number 3 player in North Carolina. Lay on his commitment to Florida. Jones Lay discussed his commitment to Florida with Rivals. I chose Florida because I think it is where I myself can have the most success. What led to the trust in the coaching staff? Just building a great relationship with all the coaches really helped me trust the staff. In his words, what type of player is Florida getting in Lay? I would describe my game as kind of doing all the dirty work, like rebounding, blocking shots, and just doing what it takes to help the team win. He has a message to Florida fans. Gator boys, stay hot. Lay is the first commitment for the Gators in the 2026 class. They recently hosted 4-star small forward Cole Kohler, number 28 nationally, for an official visit. Florida is also set to host 4-star small guard Josiah Jervis, number 39 nationally, and 5-star small forward Caleb Gaskins in the month of October. Guys, I'm also gonna put highlights of Jones Lay from the Under Armour um, tournaments he's been in. You'll see that also. He's a 3-star, so he's a prospect that needs um, to be developed. But he's good with the boards. He's good with 3-pointers, and he's good cleaning up any mistakes from the outside. So, again, guys, leave me your thoughts on should Billy Napier give up play calling, even though we already know the answer that Billy said he's not going to. So he's basically going to live and die by his play calling. But do you think Billy would be more successful if he had an official offensive coordinator and he would just manage the overall team? And what do you think of the 3-star Jones Lay committing to Coach Todd Golden in the basketball program? Leave me your thoughts down below. And again, I appreciate the support. And like always, stay positive, stay on your grind, and go Gators.
Enjoy.